Hello everyone, today I have an ADS60P. I got 60 minutes to build it and I have a really strange box. And oh, also I have a coffee. So let's see what we can do. So, here is the box I mentioned. This is heavy. Well, although there are some Japanese signs on it, we got this from our friend Adam Pasella from Poland. All I know about it is this contains white rhino stones. I haven't seen them before, so I don't exactly know what I'm working with. Considering that most of my memories with Adam are clouded by alcohol, my guess is this was a sake box, so I really want to check this. Okay, so for this whole thing, alcohol. So my guess was right. We've been debating with the guys when the 60 minutes should start. I was hoping to take a look at the rocks first. They say that's already part of the time, so the time starts now. Again. Okay, we wanted to fake this, but I was good on timing, so it's uncut and that's why you hear the laughing. I've just watched our own video about the ADA seminar in Japan, which we attended last year. And in that, Yusuke Homa has shown the difference between an Iwagumi that's replicating underwater environment, where the rocks are tilted by the water flow, and mountainscapes, where the rocks are straight up. So that's what I want to do today. These rocks gonna be perfect because they're quite thin, so I can use this as a mountain standing up. I'm gonna lay the stones down on the floor so I know what I'm working with, and we get a tank. Now it's my time, so get out. 4.5 minutes gone. I'm gonna do Amazonia only. No idea how much I need, but I definitely need this amount. Plan is have a really steep layer of soil coming towards the back. Fighting physics is my other hobby. So I need more soil. I'm gonna use the capsules here because I know that a bunch of soil is going on top. That's my base layer before any hardscape. It's thin in the front because I'm gonna push it forward with the hardscape. This is something I've always suffered with, not paying attention to it, to be honest. I have the soil almost set to the level where I want it to be, and then I start putting in these big pieces of rocks and they push it forward, and then I have no way to clean it up, so I end up with a thick soil in the front, which is not too nice. I want my mountains to start quite forward. Question is, why would they stand? I didn't think this through. But if I have it standing up correctly, then the bottom is like this. So maybe if I put it on this side, it's stable. I was correct for the second time today. It doesn't happen too often. I have this one high in the back. It's stable. We need to work on the stability. Okay, this should go higher. So I'm gonna put this in front of it. Yep, that's magic. I need height on the other side as well. Made a mess. I got time for this. That's too much. Stable. Okay, hardscape done. Actually, that was a lot quicker than I thought. I have some leftover pieces. I also have the detailing bits left over, which I think I'm gonna use after planting. Now, before I forget, I've prepared some Amazonia version 2 powder. The reason I did, I don't think enough people know about this. Powder is the same Amazonia, just very, very small pieces, so the clay balls are smaller. It has two big advantages. First, the small pieces make it much more easy for the small rooted plants to develop. The other advantage, which is the reason I'm using it today, is whenever you have a steep hill, the smaller bits roll down more difficultly. I love this shape. Like it has this stone and then this one is curling around it. So if I would rotate it, then I lose this space. You guys, you can already start commenting if it's good or not. As we've learned from Homa-san, if one of your hardscape pieces is too heavy, I mean visually heavy, you can make it lighter with plants. So in here, I'm gonna plant Eleocharis acicularis or parvula or whatever, the longer one. So a lot of this rock is gonna be hidden behind the plant, making it much lighter. It won't seem as bulky as it is now compared to these thin ones. Filling up the tank is not part of the 60 minutes, right? This is where I was, pulling the soil back, so when I pour in the powder, it's gonna make perfect thickness. For a steep hill like this, putting some powder on top makes it easier to fight physics. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is actually fill up the back a bit more, so plants are more visible.
This break?
No, you can't have a break if my timer is going.
Well,
Because they need to go to the toilet and I should just wait for them while my timer is running. I don't think that's fair. Ooh, I love the white accents on this rock. Didn't see it before it got wet. I don't have it anywhere else in the tank, so I'm gonna need to cover most of it so it doesn't overcome the scape. They actually made me choose my plants before I got to see the actual hardscape. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna start with, now it's called Micranthemum callitrichoides cuba, which used to be Hemianthus cuba. Who else is fed up with all this name changing stuff? I'm using small leaves in the front. I don't care. This is not a competition tank. This is not a diorama or whatever. And I actually gonna use Monte Carlo as well. And that's gonna go in. No, I just changed my mind. I'm gonna use the Cuba in the back and I'm gonna use the Monte Carlo in the front. So I have depth. Less than 30 minutes. So now for the second plant, I'm going with the Eleocharis acicularis, the long one. I don't need a lot of this. I'm just gonna throw it around a few places. As I mentioned before, I want to take away some of the strength of this big stone and I want to hide these white spots to some extent. White rhino stone in general is neutral to your water parameters, so it doesn't harden your water. But to be honest, I'm not sure about these white spots.
No time to stop.
Yep. I hope this tank has time to develop before the final shots, because I'm not planting as dense as I usually do. Oh no, this is hard gel. Lose a lot of time on this. Why is Monte Carlo still in hard gel? There are two types of gel they use for the in vitro plants. Nowadays, most of the plants come in liquid gel, which you just rinse off and off you go. The old school gel is an actual gel. It's a bit more tricky to clean off. And you need to clean it off, otherwise your plant starts to die after planting. 16 minutes, that's nothing. I'm not gonna finish on time.
You might finish.
No, there's no way. I have a bunch of area to plant still. Yeah, I'm gonna need more Monte Carlo. Can I get help to just get the Monte Carlo here?
Yeah, sure.
I clean it myself, just. Meghallod ide azt a legkisebbeket? Okay, so Aaron actually picked a few more plants for me because I asked him to help and bring some more Monte Carlo because what I prepared wasn't enough. And he has chosen the ones that have the least amount of plants and are in the roughest shape possible. So, thanks. Don't stress me with the time. This is supposed to be an educational channel, but now it's a stress channel and trying to focus. Aquascaping should be about relaxing. It's not at the moment for me. Actually, planting in this powder, it's a lot easier than it is in the normal soil. That's why it can be this quick, because you really just pop it in and it stays there. Ah, thank you. This is much nicer. I like you a lot more now. Kudos to Adam for choosing the perfect stones without knowing what I want to do, without me knowing what I want to do at that time. Grass. Ah, yes. That's liquid. Just rinse. Oh, 4 minutes. The guys just told me if I don't finish on time, they're gonna take your recommendations for my punishment in the comments. Okay, so go away. It's done, it's done. Okay, that corner is empty. I have 2.5 minutes left. No, that's not going in. I'm going with details. I'm done. 42 seconds left. And I actually love it. The plant that actually didn't end up in here is Cryptocoryne parva, which I plan on having as small bits in front of the rocks in some places. But actually the plant choice I have, I honestly don't need it. I have 4 different species in there. This is again Mountain Iwakuni finally, and not the usual stuff that I do. Please let me know if you like it as much as I do. I finished on time, but if you've already thought of some punishments, please give it in the comments. That can be good to scare me off from doing something like this again. Or, who knows. So now I need to think about what fish I want in here. I went for ruby tetras, which are beautiful fish. Biggest problem with them is in a normal scape they usually hide underneath hardscape. Well, straight up stones, they can't hide. I don't think they are actually bothered with it. They definitely need a lot of time to get to that vivid red color that they can actually develop. It's not yet visible. They already have some reddish tones, so they already look nice, but definitely after a few months it will be much better. And the tank itself, well, I hope it will look much better as well after a couple months, because it's not in the nicest shape at the time. But I think it's important that you guys see we face problems here at Green Aqua as well, just like you do at home. The problem here was a sudden heat wave over a weekend. That's usually not that big of a problem, but this tank was really fresh when it happened, so it was much more vulnerable than any of the other scapes in the showroom. We don't have any other problems because of this, but when it suddenly got hot, and it was over the weekend, so we couldn't control it. The AC wasn't running yet in the shop back then. This is the result. I don't see any big problems. The plant's gonna outgrow this issue, but we have quite a lot of brown algae on the rock surfaces, and also some of the Hemianthus cuba is on the edge of giving up. Hopefully we are on the right side of that edge. We'll see in a few weeks how it develops. Let me know if you like this content and you want to see more similar stuff on the channel. Actually, I've already had a challenge like this, building the 90 cube under 90 minutes. You can check that out over here. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Goodbye.